Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are chiming in from around the world. Welcome to our international ultimate fundraiser, just kind of an overview. I want to welcome all of our distinguished guests that are on the line. I know we have some nonprofit organizations that are actually on the line, a couple of alumni association. I know there are dozens of clergymen that are on the line. I want to welcome each and every one of you, pastors, ministers, bishops, apostles. I want to just welcome you to this particular call. And then there are dozens of you who are on here because you have a business and you're looking for a way to create some additional funds to that platform. My name is Janice Parker. I am affectionately known as Coach JP. And what I want to share with you in this brief next 15 to 25 minutes is how we have come to believe that the world of travel can solve a lot of the financial issues that plague our nonprofit organizations, those organizations that need to raise funds. So let me just give you a little bit of history about how I came about this information and why I feel that it is so interestingly powerful. I've worked now in the travel agency for right at 2 years, and it was about November, so I guess that's what, maybe 6 months ago, 7 months ago, it came to my attention that, with the need that is plaguing a lot of our churches and organizations in the lack of funds being raised and the need for creative ways to raise funds, that travel could actually help do that. Now, for most people, what we're not aware of is that travel is an $8.1 trillion industry. That's what is the revenue that was generated worldwide by travel in 2017, and we're estimating that the numbers when they finally come in for 2018 will be somewhere close to about $8.9 trillion. Travel itself is slated to be a $12 trillion industry by 2022, and so the reason I tell you that information is because I want you to understand that apparently there's already revenue in the world of travel. Most of us, ladies and gentlemen, we're familiar with booking our travel online. Gone are the days of 2002 when most everybody's travel was booked through a travel agent. It is just the picking up of our device, logging into our computer or on our tablets, and we're able to literally be to purchase travel from online, very, very highly publicized travel platforms. Now, for the sake of this presentation, let's call that the general public sites. And just so that you understand who they are, that would be your Expedia, your Priceline, your Travelocity, your Hotwire, your Booking, your Kayak, your Agoda, your Get a Room, your Hotels.com. And, so we're familiar with these platforms. And just like you, those that are either part of your congregation, part of your association, your contributors, your donors, your supporters, we all do the same thing. I mean, think about it. We all go straight there. But this is what we're not aware of. In the world of travel, right? In the world of travel, there are two conglomerates. They are Priceline and Expedia. Congratulations to them. Definitely excited about their blessing. But these two entities actually own everybody else pretty much that we shop with. And when you're in the general public, because of a term called parity, and I'm just going to pull up and I'm just going to share a little bit of information here about that. Because of something called parity, you may have noticed, ladies and gentlemen, a distinction that when you go to search for the best price in travel, there's never a huge difference in the pricing. The pricing is kind of pretty much in a certain band. It kind of stays high and tight. So there may be, some savings, but not a huge difference. And let me tell you why. With Expedia and Priceline owning everybody else, and with both of them being $70 billion companies, there's no real reason to undercut each other, is there? See, if the general public only has one real place to come, and that's to a general public website for travel, then they realize that the odds of the consumer stopping on their site is very great. So there's no reason for them to undercut each other because there's enough money at $70 billion each. There's enough money for everybody. So this is what we decided. When I looked at this in November and I'd heard, I got, little Why not create a way where the funds that are currently going to Expedia and Priceline to those general public sites that are never redirected to either my or your organizations, your congregations, why don't we figure out a way to redirect the funds? So this presentation is going to be talking to you about redirecting monies back into your organization using travel. So first things first, I want you to understand that this has been very, very thoroughly laid out. We even already have a letter that goes to your congregation. But I want you to picture that you have a link, okay? I want you to picture that there is a link that is assigned to your organization. So when you own this platform, you will have a link that has never been issued before and that will never be issued again, that is personally assigned to your organization, to your church, to your alumni association. Now, of course, it makes sense to go to GoDaddy.com and create a link, and it could be FirstBaptistTravelGift.com. It could be JMUTravel.com. That's my alma mater, James Madison University. But for whatever it is, there is a very, very nice letter that goes out to your congregation, your supporters, your contributors, your donors. And it really simply says that, we're grateful for your support so far. We found another way that we're able to raise funds for our organization in the world of travel. With this link, and we can put your link name right there, whenever you travel, all we ask is that before you go to Expedia, Priceline, or Travelocity, give the link that belongs to the university, to the association, to the church, to the nonprofit. Try our link and see if you're able to save money. 85 to 90% of the time you will. But the beautiful thing is when you travel through our link, whatever you save, 60% of that will come back to our organization, which allows us to continue in our work. So it's longer than that, and there's some more verbiage, and you can of course adjust it once we send it to you. You can adjust it any way that you like. But I want you to picture this, that whenever they travel, so we did some numbers. As a matter of fact, let's just look at the numbers we've already put on the board here. We looked at a ministry of 1,500 members, an association of 10,000, nonprofit of 80. My alumni association is well over 175,000 members. But we just put some numbers in here just so that you understand. Now, with the Ultimate Fundraiser, one of the things that we did not do is that we did not say, right, that it would be huge, huge, huge numbers. As a matter of fact, let me just show you this real quickly. So this is what the platform would look like. So whenever a member of your organization would sign up for free, because they don't pay to be a part of your network of travelers, so they get to sign up for free. They're used to a platform where they can type in where they're going, when they're arriving, when they're departing, and pressing search. So the same thing would happen here. So let's just say a member or contributor or donor actually looked at a 3-bedroom condo in let's just say Orlando, and the public price for that for that stay at that date happened to be $2,579, but they could receive a savings of $511. And if they book on the link that belongs to your organization, they would pay $2,069 for what others on the general public websites would spend $2,579 for. But with, like most people, they want to compare, they want to make sure that what they see is really real. And so if they were even to go to one of those other sites and they would look at it, they would see that, wow, that is true. At checkout, my actual cost is $2,600 on those other sites that I'm used to traveling on. And they book it. Well, when they book it, they would save the $511. Your organization would receive a check for $306. The beautiful thing about this is you can decide what your organization would use those funds for. It could be for scholarships if you're an alumni association. It could be for the building fund or the choir ministry if you're a church. If you're an association like a Red Cross, it could be for rescue. Does that make sense? So whatever it is that your organization would need it for, you can assign those funds. And so you'll notice that the simplicity of it was getting the information out to those that support you, We can follow up by coming in and actually speaking and giving a test drive of the platform for your members, right? And letting them know on a continuous basis. Now, here's another thing that we'll do for you. Once your customer signs up to be a free traveler on your, not free traveler, but they've signed up for that free membership on your travel platform, every single Tuesday, we will update your member by, and not so much update, but we will send them a little notice. Hey, had you thought about Jamaica this time of year? Hey, there are cruises going out here, some special prices. Hey, had you thought about traveling to New York? It is just a drip campaign that we're going to provide for your organization and those that sign up, for free, which brings, of course, value to your business, to your ministry, to your association, your nonprofit. It brings value because it's not something that they have to pay for. So you'll continue to, so not only will you continue to announce it however you would do that in mailers or, on your website or however you would do it, but by the same token, we're going to drip on them as well. We will also track their activity. So if they check on New York, but they didn't make a purchase, we'll email them and say, hey, donor, whatever their name is, we noticed that you looked at New York. We did too. Had you considered, and then we'll provide them with some additional hotels that they may not have thought about, in New York. Now, the whole idea is not to control what they purchase because they're able to purchase whatever they want. Any hotel, any cruise line, any airline, right? Any rental car. But just to remind them that you have that link so that they remember to book through you versus booking through what would kind of be called your competition. So we took, in our ultimate fundraiser example, we said, what if only 20% of your member base actually took one trip? And we didn't say they saved $511, $411, $311, $211, or even $111. We said each member, each of those, the 20% of whatever your member base was, and in this case it's $1,500 for ministry, if they took a trip and only saved $50 this year, I want you to look at what your organization, the funds that they would raise on something that the members in your organizations are going to do anyway, ladies and gentlemen. They're going to travel anyway. So what we've done is we've redirected the funds that would have gone to a Expedia, Priceline, and Travelocity and any of those online sites, funds that would have left your ministry, your association, your nonprofit, your alumni association, would have left your donors and members and congregation and supporters and alumni pockets, but would have never been redirected back, except now you own a link that they can do the same thing. So I do believe in giving a test drive. And so let's take a look. If you'll journey with me, let's take a look at what that would be in real time. So one of the first things I want to show you is what we've been able to do in savings over the course of the last 4 years and 2 months, because we launched this particular platform on March the 2nd, 2015. This is the money that has not left members, associations, nonprofit organizations, parents, students, money that we've been able to successfully save for anybody who is attached to our platform. So you have to be attached. Our platform is private. You cannot get to our platform unless you're associated with somebody who has access. So this is not something that you can Google. The prices that I'm about to share with you are not something that you would actually Google. So when someone goes to your site, when someone actually if they were to click on the link and go to your new travel portal, right? And they were to click on the link to actually do that, what they would do is it would have to be assigned to you. So you'll see that if there is nobody assigned, then it reads that, you have to visit one of our members' pages. That is to protect you. So they just can't type in my vortex and sign up. So in this case, I'm going to put my suffix. And once I put my suffix up there, now you'll see my name and my email address as just like they would see your name and your email address and your contact information for your organization. And so I already have a, a dummy login. So let's go ahead and log in. But you'll notice, well, actually, you'll notice that that is assigned specifically to me. So anybody who would sign up here would be signed up in, with me. And you'll notice that if let me just show you one more time, because we logged in, I'm just going to go backwards here real quickly. I just want to show you real quickly here that the guest would sign up here. There's a quick little video if they want to watch it here. But it would say, welcome to your travel and savings vortex. Again, 85% of the time you can say we can beat the other guys. They put in their first name, last name, email, password, and confirm it, and then gain instant access. Now, at that point in time, we're going to email them. It's a computer program. So the program will email them to verify they're not, they're not a robot, okay? And then now they have gained access, and so I'll just sign in again here. Now they have gained access to their travel membership. So if they want to create an account with Facebook, they can do that if they choose to. I just happen to have used an email and a password. So once they log in, okay, what they're going to see to the left, as opposed to the word Expedia, Priceline, and Travelocity, they're going to see the word Vortex. What they can book are any hotels, any cruise lines, any rental car agency. They can book any flight. Weekly stays are kind of like a discount. They get a discount. Sometimes hotels are, or resorts are trying to dump inventory, and our customers and our friends get a chance to get that first. And book activities. So if they're traveling and they want to do excursions or they're going to theme parks, they can book that right inside of the membership. So I took the liberty of logging into the Vortex, and I chose a vacation. If you'll look up here, this is, let's just say one of your members booked, they wanted to go to New York from September the 22nd to September the 29th. And I hit search, I pressed search, and this is what we came up with. So even though I know that first price is a little bit on the high side, I just wanted you to, I'm just starting at the top. So the one that I'm going to do a comparison with is one that kind of fits more into most people's, most people's pockets. While you can see here that a member would save $1,800 over at the Carlisle, the one that I've chose to highlight is the New York Marriott at the Brooklyn Bridge. So we're talking the 22nd through the 29th. The public price is $2,815. Your donor, contributor, member, congregation member would save $490. 60% of this is what we will send back to you. This is what your member will actually pay for this 4-star room in New York. Now let's go to Expedia. And so for those of you who are looking, this is Expedia, right? If you look over here to the left, you'll see Expedia. And then you'll see that my check-in dates are the same, the 22nd through the 29th. We chose the New York Marriott at the Brooklyn Bridge. So let's go ahead and just walk through the checkout of this particular hotel. And let's just reserve this particular room. Looks wonderful. Would love to stay there, right? Looks absolutely wonderful. I was on the 32nd floor of the Manhattan Marriott downtown. Simply amazing. Everything was simply amazing. So now our technology, here is Expedia's price. Now you may say to yourself, okay, but that's higher than what your technology shows. That is exactly right. Let me tell you what our technology shows you. Our technology shows you the lowest internet price. That's the lowest price. So if that is the lowest price, then your savings is greater in some cases. But we can't compare against all the higher prices, so we go with the absolute lowest price on the general public website. So somebody out there, whether it's Hotwire or Booking or Travelocity, somebody out there has it for $28.15. But if we go back to Expedia, in this particular example, you'll notice that Expedia has that price. Okay, let's just X out of that. Expedia has the checkout price of $3,016.07. How can we do it? Very simply. Remember, they're playing at their level because most people don't know about the savings that we afford you here. We have an algorithm partnered with a company called SOR Technologies that has found a way to verify what the best price is out there, then search on your behalf, your members' behalf, for the best price that is available to, out there. Now, your members, just FYI, your members' price is not as good as your price, but I'll share that with you in a minute. But my point to you is this, is that if your member can save $490 or $654, or let's just find a smaller savings, $234, and 60% of that is going to be redirected back to your organization, does it make sense for us to allow our members to pay more and then pay more and not have any of those monies redirected back to our organization? Or is it time to put a stop to that? See, what I decided back in November is that it's time to put a stop to that. And since then, I've spoken to dozens and dozens and dozens of nonprofit organizations, dozens of them, sharing with them the power of travel and taking the monies that our members and donors and supporters and our congregation are going to spend anyway and redirecting those funds back to where it can be most beneficial in our communities, in our, whatever we need to do for it, in our businesses. But I mentioned something to you just now. I said to you that your price is a little bit different than your donors and your supporters' prices. So let me just clear this. And let me just share something with you. Because when you own what we call the Ultimate Platinum membership, what happens is that you and you and two other people in your organization can literally travel on this platform, and you're actually able to save as well. But your savings are a little bit greater, in some cases significantly greater, than those who are free members on your account, those that you're sharing your savings with. Let me introduce you to it. Let me just scroll up here so you can see it. This is your private membership, your Service 365 private membership platform. You'll notice that there are more options for you to choose from. Yes, hotels and cruises and cars and flights, but you'll also notice home. So what some of our nonprofit organizations, our pastors and bishops are doing is when they have retreats, marriage retreats, or singles retreats, or whatever it is they need, or officials retreats, they're actually using the luxury residences to do that. Totally up to you. But the other thing is they're using cruises. I was speaking to Pastor Lisa Pfeiffer out of the Washington, D.C. area, and she said that, when her congregation travels, they don't leave their tithes and offerings. So she said she decided to be the platform for which they would do their traveling. And she said, I was doing 4 retreats a year. I did a singles, a couples, a gospel, and a family retreat. And I would typically do it at a Hilton hotel or maybe like outside of a theme park. She said, but now I do 4 cruises every single year. And now we can be together. We're having more fun. The youth are excited, so they're inviting more of their friends to go with them. And she said, now I can, not that the congregation numbers of attendance are rising because of that, but she can see that people are starting to enjoy themselves more and bond even more. So she's utilizing, and that is through either her cruise platform that you see over here to the left, or through her travel agency platform. Won't have time to cover that today, but you can get back with the person that invited you to our international fundraiser platform, and they can share that information with you. But let's just go down as we close. Let's just go down to the same hotel that we showed somebody in your organization traveling and saving. Now let's go back. I want you to see here the same price, $28.15, and on the Vortex, right? On the Vortex, we saw that a member or somebody who signed up for free on your platform with your link would save $490. You will see here that your savings, because you own the platform, is $1,158. $1,158. So that's what you and up to 4 of your officials. So, for example, if you're a pastor, you and the first lady, and maybe, you know, the heads of a couple of your organizations or departments can actually utilize the membership for your own private travel. And if you'll notice some of the savings. Now, here's the other unique thing. For example, in this particular case, one of the things that you can do as a member is you can actually look and verify what those prices are on the internet. Let's go down here to the one we were looking at, the, what was it, New York? Yeah, this one right here. Your membership, you're actually able to see what those prices actually are. And you'll notice that they're pretty much the same. But Expedia, by the time you check out, your price is $3,016. Those are funds that can come out of the budget that you set for yourself this year for travel. You're going to have to travel anyway. This can be used for any kind of travel. Your organization travel, personal travel, vacation travel, everyday travel. There are no limits to who can use this and or why. So family, we believe this to be one of the platforms that is going to begin to help bring those funds back into our organizations that have been flowing out of our organization for years because we did not have a way to, you know, if you don't know better, you can't do better. So let me help you, you know, as we close, understand that what the next step of action for you would be. You want to get back to the person that invited you to either view this, or invited you, live, or that sends you this video. And you want to let them know that you would like to set up your organization for, for success in fundraising. Yes, we'll still do, our bake sales and our car washes and our yard sales. All of that's fantastic. But family, our members are traveling, and there's a certain amount of money, and a significant amount that is leaving our organizations that at least now we can bring 60% of what we help them save back into our organization. So you have a couple of options. For those who would say, well, you know what, I love the idea of having my own personal travel and being able to save. I love the idea of, having the link that I can actually, and here's a side note, guys, you can name your link more than one time in GoDaddy. So if you're having, Pastor's Anniversary, you could have Pastor's Anniversary travelgift.com. You know what I mean? So in other words, and if it's Family and Friends Day, and you want to hand out nice cards to all the family and friends of your members that are coming to the cookout, it could be Family and Friends Day gift.com. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you're not limited to one name for your business, for your link. So as we close out, a person who would want to be able to do both, to significantly save on their own personal savings, to examine what I expressed about Pastor Lisa Pfeiffer being able to utilize the cruise platform inside of her membership or the travel agency, and you want the ability to share that link and raise the kind of funds that you see on the screen today. Get back with the person that invited you. It's $499 one time. One time. It's interesting because the company that we actually partnered with actually offers this to members for $18,000, and it does not include everything that you just saw. It's just the savings that you saw for you and your officials. One time, $499, and then $63.54 maintains the site and the technology's ability to bring you the best price every time you go. It's interesting, though, that because we've had so many nonprofit organizations take advantage of this, what we say is if 3 people or 3 organizations or 3 entities like what you share with them about what's happening to your organization, we'll actually waive that $63 for you as well. And you still get a chance to participate in the ultimate fundraiser, the ultimate membership. Nothing goes away. $499. If $499 and you don't feel like you don't need all of that, but you would love to have that link, then get back to with the person that invited you, because you can own the link that allows you to raise the funds for $199 as well. Totally up to you. I am Janice Parker. It has been 100% my pleasure to speak to each and every one of you on this morning, afternoon, or evening, depending on where you're chiming in. I am excited that now you know how to kind of stop the hemorrhaging of money that leaves our organizations, and how you can redirect those funds back into your organization. And now that you have the knowledge is power. We perish for lack of knowledge, but now you've been empowered because you know now what to do. Immediately get back with the person that invited you to this platform. Again, it has been my pleasure to share with you. Have an incredible rest of your day, and we'll talk to you very, very soon. Good afternoon.